to even our beliefs, that's where God resided until Calvary. And those curtains were ripped. And that was to make God accessible to you and to I, to Jew and Gentile alike. But before Jesus went to the cross, you would be put to death if you even tried to get into that room. And the Temple Mount is huge in Israel. There's a lot left of it. The Romans destroyed it in 70 A.D., which Jesus predicted. He said the temple would be destroyed, and it was. Yes. And the Romans destroyed it. And right now there's a mosque on the Temple Mount. Right. And this ground is holy to Jew, to Christian, and even to the Muslim faith. The Muslims say where their mosque is, in that mosque is the rock that Abraham was going to sacrifice Isaac. So this is the hotbed. This is the center. And just think of the people that walked on this mount. Jesus, he turned the tables over. Peter denied the Lord. A lot went on there that is part of our history, things that we need to know. And it's an interesting place to visit, actually. Okay, and we know he's gone in to burn incense into the temple. And the whole multitude of the people were praying without at the time of incense. And there appeared unto him an angel of the Lord, standing on the right side of the altar of incense. Okay, guys, we're back to the angels that we were hitting on Sunday. And when Zacharias saw him, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. But the angel said unto him, Fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard. And thy wife Elizabeth shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call his name John. So here they are up in years, and God sent a messenger. An angel is actually he will send an angel as a messenger. Throughout the Old and New Testament, you will see instances where the angels come down with a message from God himself. That is one of their duties. And and Sister Harris shared her experience with an angel. They get your attention when they're in the room. And the angel tells Zechariah exactly what John's life will be like in the coming verses. This is a prime example of how we are chosen. And here we go. And here's the angel. And thou shalt have joy and gladness, and many shall rejoice at his birth. For he shall be great in the sight of God, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink, and he shall be filled with the Holy Ghost, even from his mother's womb. Here is the first instance where we read somebody is being filled with the Holy Ghost. And many of the children of Israel shall he turn to the Lord their God. And he shall go before him in the spirit and the power of Elias, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, and to make ready a people prepared for God. John's primary mission was to prepare the way.
Yes. Amen. That's right.
Jesus could not have began his ministry unless he started in the River Jordan, being baptized by John. And John got the people ready. Believe it or not, John was a very popular character in biblical history. The people, multitudes of people. And the Bible never tells you exactly how much a multitude is, but I have to suspect we're talking hundreds of people. When John would move up and down the river, hundreds of people would be following him around. In fact, later on in Luke, you will learn that Herod feared John, and John lost his head. But just to share a point with you, the name John means beloved of God. Sometimes I wonder why my dad named me John. Because at points in my life, I wasn't beloved by God. Yes, he loved me. He just didn't like what I was doing, thank God. And thank God he made his blood available for me to be cleansed.
Yes. Praise the Lord.
Now,
praise God.
Now we're going to go here. And Zacharias said unto the angel, Whereby shall I know this? For I'm an old man, and my wife is well stricken in years. And the angel answering said unto him, I am Gabriel, that thou stand in the presence of God. and am sent to speak unto thee and to show thee these glad tidings. Again, this is the first, Gabriel's first mission. Now, John and Jesus are about 15 months apart in age, if you figure up the math later on in this chapter. But before Gabriel went to Mary, he went to Zacharias with good tidings directly from the throne of God. And, you know, how would you react? The angel's telling you you're going to have a child and you're probably up in your 60s or 70s. And you and your wife had tried all those years and nothing happened. And all of a sudden an angel said, here you're going to have a son. You're going to name him this, and this is what he's going to do. And that's where you're going to see where the flesh gets in a little bit on Zacharias. And verse 20 says, and behold, thou shalt be dumb and not able to speak until the day that these things shall be performed, because thou believest not my words, which shall be fulfilled in their season. And the people waited for Zacharias and marveled that he tarried so long in the temple. And when he came out, he could not speak to them. And they perceived that he seen a vision in the temple, for he beckoned unto them and remained speechless. And what happened here is the angel struck him dumb for his disbelief until John is born. Now think, this poor guy is going to have to go about 9 months. Can't speak. But yet, the people knew something happened in the temple. They thought a vision. He had seen a vision. Well, yes, he's seen a vision all right. He's seen a real angel. And in our lives, we never know when we're going to cross. They say angels are all around. My grandfather used to believe you don't turn a stranger away from the door because you never know when that person is not an angel. And you don't want to be inhospitable to an angel. You shouldn't be inhospitable to a stranger. That is an abomination before the Lord. God destroyed whole cities for them not being hospitable. So when that stranger comes to the door, let it back in your mind. Just think, is this an angel? Because I know I like to talk. I don't think I could, it would drive me crazy to go 9 months and couldn't speak. It was bad enough not being able to use my hand for a couple months. So I feel for this poor guy. My heart went out to him when I was kind of reading this the morning. I'm like, poor guy. And what it was, basically, is he doubted. Doubt equals, it is lack of faith. When you doubt something, you are not using faith. I told Sister Harris today, we were talking